Okay, so let's start with introduction, guys. Welcome to SAP EHS training, the consulting training from the ZaranTech. Let's start, guys. What is SAP? What is EHS first of all? What is EHS? Anyone?
So basically,
It's environment, health, and safety management.
Like what? Why we need that?
the product is required for dangerous goods. So like we our client is a chemical company, and chemicals usually are dangerous goods. And it needs to be treated properly, like transported properly. So all the things that we deal within the SAP comes under EHS.
Next.
For every product that we use, mostly in chemical and understanding, which can be classified into different categories, and we have to label them and classify them appropriately, so that is a regulatory requirement in many countries. I think in all the countries, but they have different requirements. Like we need to put the hazardous label, flammable label, poisonous label. All these labels, or we need to put on the transports as well as the product whenever we are trying to sell or transport from any country.
Okay. Next.
I think one more part is there which might not come under SAP, because I think in many chemical plants there are some requirement that they need to follow as a HSE. For example, the hats that they need to wear while going in shop floor and other thing. That might not come under SAP, but I think that is come under EHS. For any incident that is happening in plant, they need to follow some safety rules.
What is safety rules?
Safety rules, for example, in a chemical plant, there should not be any smoking zone. Plus, whenever you are going on shop floor, you must wear the PPE shoes, PPE basically, the shoes, the hard sole shoe plus hard cap that they need to wear and something like that.
Okay. It's a discussion, guys. Okay, don't take it as it's a training. I will only train you, and you whatever you know the experience, you know the ideas, you will keep it with you. Let's not think like that. Okay, I want you guys to come up like this. Everyone, I will note it out. Everyone's like what's your participation level and all. Okay, so be careful on that. Went one step ahead, everyone. With everyone. Okay, other guys said that, like dangerous goods, like other things actually. My simple question was EHS. Who is that? So what you're seeing in a TCS canteen as part of a EHS? What you're seeing?
Maintaining hygienes like hand wash, we can say like cleaning the things before serving the food. EHS is nothing but maintaining the standard levels of products
The
of
food
the
safety.
ISO standards. Food safety.
Yeah, food safety. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, guys, whatever you guys said, that one side it's correct. Okay, I'm not telling that. Like whatever you guys telling about, it's a product safety. I can say safety of the product. Is it EHS is all about the safety of the product?
No.
So when you talk about EHS, someone said that no. Is it only environment and safety of the product?
It is the
Go ahead.
it is related to safety of the employee as well. Because if we are in the office, we need to maintain the office area as well. We can see the fire extinguisher maintained here for the safety purpose.
Okay. Now we are got confused now. Hey, what is this? She's talking fire extinguisher. One guy is talking about dangerous goods. One is talking about the hazardous. One talking about like PPE. What is PPE, by the way?
I don't recall the full form, but I think it's a product. It's a
no problem.
I think it's a
no
safety
problem. I
kit, something
understand.
I didn't recall exactly. I think it's
no problem. That's good actually. You know the term. Okay, you tried it. I don't want anyone to tell the 100%, but the trying is very important for me. So let's understand what is EHS. E stands for environment and H stands for Holland. Am I right?
H stands for health.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm sorry. And S for Singapore.
Safety.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay. So you guys told that EHS is environment, health, and safety. So keeping the, like I'm safeguarding the employees or manpower and the assets such as machineries and like what I can say, your company asset. I'm safeguarding the manpower and the machineries. Okay, keeping the health and environment in my mind. That is called EHS. Very simple. Am I clear? Am I right? I'm safeguarding the manpower and the equipment or assets by keeping in the what I can say, environment and the health. What is health? Health is basically manpower, right? It's for manpower. Don't think that like you have to keep the machines health also in the proper way. No, whatever health I'm talking about is for the humans. So when I talk about health, food safety comes. Am I right? Health means hygienic, food, and checkup. I think in TCS they used to do the like a 6 month once a 6 month they used to do the employee health checkup. Am I right?
Yes.
So that is also coming under EHS. And now, hope you guys understand, right? What is EHS? Everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
But now, what I had told that these are EHS, but you may have the idea, hey, what is this dangerous goods, hazards management, other things are correlated to EHS. Am I right? How this is correlated? That's the question now. Now, how this is correlated? I'll come back to you. When you talk about EHS, we have the environment. Am I right? Environment. What is environment? Any idea, guys? Surrounding. I can say air, light, and what? Water. Am I right, guys? Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So how I'm going to safeguard? So I'll have to take the what I can say safety measures. Okay. What kind of a safety measure I'm going to take it? That is what you're going to learn into the EHS. Okay. So you understand. So I'm keeping my mind to safeguard, to save the environment and to safeguard my employees and the asset. Am I clear? Now, coming to, what I can say, who are all guys will be there in EHS? Any idea in EHS, which teams are going to handle EHS, guys? Who is the team who is going to handle the EHS? I can say, tricky question. It is not a straight answer.
Supply chain management or manufacturing team?
In TCS, who is maintaining EHS? Who is handling?
Tricky question. If you see, the ownership lies with everyone. Because even if somebody is putting a sign that it is wet floor, even if you are going from there and you slip, then it is your fault, right? So everyone is responsible. But if you check from the who is
Ownership.
basically ownership or who is implementing the EHS or helping to get the correct safety, now I think there is a separate department which looks into all these regulations and requirements. For example, there should be a fire extinguisher on every floor or all this. That is a separate department for that.
Which department? Any idea? Hope everyone is doing that TCS quarterly fire drill, right? Everyone is, I think, participating in the quarterly fire drill of TCS, right? Fire drill.
Yes.
So which team is doing that? Is it a security team or something? No, right? It is not a security team. Am I right? So what will happen actually if you talk about EHS? There's two things, keep it in mind. Industry to industry, EHS terms and responsibility get changed. If I'll start with the IT team, IT or either ITES companies. So EHS means for them is keeping the, machinery and human safe. Okay. Machinery is basically mostly in ITES companies because of the radiation or heat, laptop, electronics items like a catch a fire. Other than that, there is no major incidents. Or either electrical fire happens, maybe short circuit or something. Who will going to handle that? So it will be done by the maintenance team or facility team, facility management or admin team. Facility, admin, all the things are coming under one roof actually, right? It's coming under admin team. Admin will have the sub team called a facility. Facility will, what I can say, sub team as a maintenance team. Maintenance team will have the subdivision as a EHS team, which is called safety officer. You can see any of the TCS campus, you can see the safety officer. So every month, if you see that, if you are in office earlier, I mean, you are going to office now, right? Every month, if you are sitting in your desk, someday, once in a month or something, the vendor will come, he will check the fire extinguisher pressure, and he'll check the, what I can say, fire hose checks, everything, he'll do it. Am I right? Along with that person, there will be one guy will be standing, right? He'll be in a green color cap or a blue color cap. Have you guys seen that? These guys are the safety officers. Their duty will be, see, I'm coming to your questions. Don't get confused, guys. So their duty is basically to, test the fire extinguisher. I mean, they will not test it, huh? Don't worry. I mean, they will not test it. They will have the vendor. I mean, TCS will have the vendor to maintain these guys will coordinate it. If that vendor comes, he will check it, the pressure. When he check the pressure, safety officer will check it whether he checked it correctly or not, and then he will sign on the papers. And then there are daily we'll do some routine shops, checking the hub rooms, checking the electrical rooms, and everything. He'll check it. Okay, why he will going to check it? Because to avoid the fire safety accidents such as electrical fire or either like electrical fire. Mainly it's electrical fire, right? And then in the ITS companies, guys, be careful. ITS companies main is electrical fire or short circuit. Be careful. In a food safety, there will be no team in the ITS companies. It is directly handled by the admin team. Okay, food safety. Be careful. Carefully listen my statement. Food safety or cafeteria food qualities will be whenever it if you found something unhygienic, you're going to escalate it to the admin team. So admin team will going to handle it. But yes, when you talk about admin team, why admin team has to, what I can say, act because of safeguard the employee health. Am I right? So this is not just like safeguarding the employee health. There's one more reason that is basically to comply with the local and Indian government environment or food safety act. To comply with these are all the acts. Am I right? Hope you guys know about Food Safety Act. Am I right? If you buy any biscuit, there is a IFFSC something will be maintained. Am I right? FSSAI. What is that? Any idea what is that FSSAI? Sorry, Food Safety Standard Association of India. Right? So they will talk about like a food safety, and so we will follow their instructions, and they will come for the what I can say checking also once in a month, once in a quarter, anytime whenever they have it, they will come and they will check the what I can say quality of the food. Okay, it's applicable to every industry, every restaurant, everywhere. It's applicable. That is one thing. Now you understand in IT companies how it works in EHS. Am I right? Am I clear? Any doubts in this?
No.
Okay. So now let's go to the manufacturing industries. Example, pharmaceutical industries or either heavy machinery industries or energy industries, all the things. How EHS works. Be careful, guys. Here EHS will be different. Okay. EHS team, whatever I told, that is basically in the IT companies. Okay. But when you talk about manufacturing companies or petroleum companies or oil and gas, so their EHS meaning is so there is basically what I can say meaning is different. Their EHS is a EHS department. Okay. It is environment department, the occupational health department, safety department, and the fire department. Am I clear? So when you talk about a manufacturer or oil and gas companies, EHS means it's a completely big department. There is no just a safety officer. There will be a huge entire department or vertical will be there in the management. So let me explain how it is. When you talk about an environment department, there will be an environment engineer, environment manager, environment director, environment VP, environment president. Entire vertical is a change. What these guys do, as you know that I just told that to saving the environment. To how we're going to save the environment as an industrialist? Any idea?
Make sure whatever emissions I'm making are like not very much, something like that. If I'm talking about a manufacturing industry,
They are not dumping any waste into the water body or any.
How? I mean, how are you going to safeguard your environment? That's what I want. My question. You are in a example. You are a manufacturer. You're working in a manufacturer. Okay, manufacturer. How are you going to safeguard your industry environment, surrounding environment? Any idea?
By notifying the safety notice boards or instructions.
That is safety related, not environment related. Others? Okay. So when you talk about safeguarding environment by the manufacturer, it is like that. As you know that I had told environment is nothing but safeguarding the air and water and the light also, right? So when I talk about when I have the industry, so I may manufacture something, okay, and I may burn some chemicals, I may burn some liquids, so to manufacture my products. When I burn, so that chemical toxic air will going to spoil the nearby environment. Am I right? Or neighboring goods. So how it's my responsibility to put a filter and whatever the toxics are there after I burn the chemicals or either any liquids, so that I have to put a filter, and I should have the technology, I should have the facility to filter the toxic agents from the air, and then I have to release that air from the hose actually or chimney, so that I can save the environment by saving the air or clearing the air. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Second is basically water. You guys know about ETP and STP. Am I right? ETP and STP. Do you know, guys, what is ETP and STP?
It's for water recycling process.
I didn't get you. What is that?
Water recycling process, wastewater.
Wastewater?
Yeah, recycling the water, wastewater, something.
Yeah, effluent treatment plant, ETP. Okay, effluent. What is STP? STP, if you are staying in an apartment, if you have the STP, you guys know that it's a sewage water plant. Okay, sewage treatment plant. I'm sorry, sewage treatment plant and effluent treatment plant. What is the difference between these two? Sewage treatment plant is nothing but the toilet or restroom water, some sludge water it comes, right? They will recycle the water, they will separate the sludge, and the recycled water will go to the gardening. Either it may go for the flush and the hand wash also in some time. Am I clear? And how STP is different than the ETP? ETP is the effluent treatment plant. Example, I have a manufacturing plant. I have a production area. From the production area, whatever the water comes, right? It's a chemical treated water. Sometimes, like I'm experimenting, I'm doing research. Okay. Like the chemical will be there or medicines will be there. Okay. So those chemicals mixed water will be coming, right? So it will come to this line. I mean, if it will come to, they will make a different pipeline and it will go to the ETP, effluent treatment plant. They will treat the water with the different cleaning agents. Okay, antioxidant something will be there actually. I'm not using the right word basically. So there is an anti-oxidizing chemicals will be there or agent will be there. By using that, they will going to clean the water so that they can use it for the gardening purpose only. And yes, if there is a more water, excess waters are there, excess water is there, then excess water will be released to the public drainage, such as like you can see government has made a rainwater drainage, right? So for that they will release it. Am I clear? That means, so I should not release the chemical water into the public drainages. If you release that, it may cause the human life as well as animals. You can see that cows, like birds or either dogs, stray dogs, everything, right? Everyone is going to drink the water. If they see that water is, because they are not a human side. If they found a water, they will try to drink it, including the rat and several creatures. So it may harm them. So to avoid that, we will use the ETP. We will treat the water. We will mostly use it for gardening. And if the more excess water is there, then we will leave it to the drainages. Am I clear?
Yes.
Now, what will happen now? Thank you. Now, what will happen? You may think that, sir, who will check in India? I can do whatever I can do it. So these kind of things also comes. If you think like that, that means we are thinking in a wrong way, guys. There is a factory officers. Every month they will visit. They will not say that, hey, I'm coming to your factory, correct it, everything. No. They can come anytime. And they can check your facility. They can take your ETP treated water samples. They may take it to the lab and they may test it. At the same time, so they may test the air. You may ask, sir, how can we come to know that, air is pure and all? Am I right? That is the question, right? How they'll come to know that air is pure or not? Any ideas how they'll come to know that? How they'll check the air quality, guys?
There's an QIS. By that we measure.
Sorry?
There's an index for it, AQI, air quality index, to measure the air quality
How are you going to test that, Akshay? Very good answer. But how are you going to check that?
in the factory.
How?
I'm not sure about the measurement part.
No, I mean any idea like how they're going to make it? How they'll test it? Any idea? How? See, I told that like they will have the air ambient system. Like I'm sorry, I given the answer. Okay, I'll tell you how they're going to test it. Actually, be careful, guys. If you are in a industrial area, whenever you're crossing the like any manufacturing industries, have you seen that red color and white color flag on the manufacturer plants? Red color and white color stripping kind of a thing, like there is one flag kind of a thing, round shape one. Have you guys seen that? No.
No.
One second, I will show you that. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know, okay? Because see, okay, here we go. Have you seen this windsock? This kind of a thing. Hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes.
Have you seen this actually anywhere?
Yes.
What is this? Any idea? Okay, I will explain you.
It
When I
shows the
talk,
direction of air.
and what is why I want to know the air? Why I want to know the what I can say air direction? What I'm going to get it? Why they will have it? Such a good design, right? No? Okay, I will explain. Don't worry, because if you know, you can tell yes. If you don't know, you can say no. Okay, we are talking about air quality. Okay, then I'll come back to that flag now. When you talk about air quality in a manufacturing industries, they will have the air ambient stations. Air ambient stations. In the air ambient stations, they will install the software where it will, like absorb the some contents. In a air, you know that there are carbon contents are there, oxygen contents, everything will be there, right? So I don't want to monitor every chemical, every agent in the what I can say in the air. As per the Factory Act 1948 or Ministry of Environment in India, right, or international regulations, they are telling us to monitor some of the content, like a carbon content, more like a what I can say other contents. Basically, you may have to see that actually nitrogen, if anything, right, in the air, toxic content, toxic gas contents. So we have to measure it. So what we'll do once we install this software will give the report for every minute. Okay, where this inside the factory, this area administration will be installed in the four corner, right? I mean east, west, south, and north side. Okay, four ambient station will be there. Every side it will monitor. It will grasp the air and it will monitor it. What is the level? So they will set up some air, like a limit. I mean, no carbon monoxide or anything limit. It should not cross. If it is cross, then it will give the notification. And then what I can say, investigation will be done by the environment management people, including the environment technician, safety like an environment engineer, environment manager, and other things. Am I clear? Hope you guys know that what is environment management or environment department, guys. Am I clear? So now what we're gonna do actually, we will go ahead with the so you understand how to safeguard the environment like a air ambient and water also. There is one more thing, light and the we call it as a sometime like sound pollution also. Light, so while you're working, we should have the what I can say proper light. Okay, proper lighting we should have it. So and it should not block or sunlight should we should have the sunlight access to most of the areas in the manufacturing industry so that it can reduce or it can kill some of the viruses or bacteria basically. That is one thing. And second thing, basically, when you have the manufacturer company, the main thing is a factory hazards waste. Factory waste. It may be hazard, it may be a toxic, it may be dangerous, it may be like highly toxic, it may be non-toxic also. Am I right? Do you guys know about how this waste will be, like distributed or like it will be like taking care of it? Any idea, guys?
I think
Yeah.
the waste material, the product, maybe the waste material of one product is raw material for the another product, so we can use that. If not, then it will be distributed in another way.
No, my question is, Harshada, I have industrial waste, all right? So I have
Yes.
the place also. How I going to, what I can say, take care of the waste, any waste. It is not raw material or a finished product. It's a toxic waste. So waste. So how I going to take care of that? And if I keep the waste like that, it may spoil the environment. It may impact the environment.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
So answer is actually, I will have the waste disposal process. Okay, some of the waste. See, I cannot sell my waste to everyone. Okay, there are government authorized vendors will be there. They will come and they will take the waste. Okay, then what we will do? They will go to dispose it in the proper manner. They will have the facility and they will like burn it, or they're going to do increment, everything. They're going to do it. Some of the waste, general waste, such as the food waste, other things, toxic one, we will going to send it to the government bodies. In Bangalore, it's a BBMP. I mean, what I can say, government local bodies will be taking care of it. And some of the waste, like example, pharmaceutical companies and all, they will test the medicines, right? While they're doing, like what I can research, some of the tablets and all, they will manufacture it. And they found that this is not after the quality. They will feel that, oh, this is a waste, like a kgs or tons of a tablet will be waste. So how are you going to dispose that? You have to dispose the tablets, right? Tablet will going to impact the environment. So they will dig the ground and they will going to, what I can say, put all the tablet and they'll bury it. This is what they do it. So this is all about the environment. So this waste disposal, all the things, right? This is also with the responsibility of the, what I can say, environment management. Clear?
Yeah, one question on this, that pharmaceutical part. If we need to bury that tons of medicines in the soil, so do we need to take permission from government, or is there a particular area where we can do that process? Because we need permission for that. It will affect the soil as well.
Wonderful question. Wonderful question. Yes, I want this kind of a question. Yes. So when I talk about a pharmaceutical company, when I'm designing it, when I'm constructing the pharmaceutical company, it's a government rule. So you should have the waste disposal facility. Clear? When I talk about the waste disposal process, like a facility, so some of the chemicals, some of the tablets and all, if I keep it open air, if I keep it in the open air, it may interact with the air and it may spoil the environment. Clear? And if I keep it on the closed soil, it will disposal very easily and there will be no issue for the soil, and there will be a certificate will be issued by the manufacturer. The scientist will be there, right? Scientist will give the declaration saying that we have tested this, there is no impact on the soil. That's the reason we are burying it. And they will have the regulation document also for that. Okay. So now coming to the place, as I told you, while I'm constructing the manufacturing plant, I will take the permission from the government and I'll show them this my buried areas. Am I clear?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is how it works. And be careful, we cannot burn any of the wastes. So any burning waste, you are classified it. So those things, burning waste is nothing but like a hazardous waste, okay, or toxic waste. So we will give to the government authorized vendors. So these vendors will come, they will take that and they will burn in their, what I can say, facility. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is all about. Now, last one thing also pending from the environment management. We had covered the waste, hazardous waste, water, and the air, and also light. Which is the last one in the manufacturing company? Is a sound, right? So Factory Acts also says about a sound. The sound should be below 85 decibels. Okay, so if I'm not wearing that to I should safeguard the what I can say employee also from the sound. What I'll do that I will tell you about it actually. So sound is also coming under the environment management people in the industry of the manufacturing industry, I can say. So you hope you understand the manufacturing industries EHS environment department responsibility. Am I clear? Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Next, go to the E is done. H is occupational health. In a manufacturing industries or oil and gas industries, anything. So they will have the occupational health department. So it is so strong. It will consider the doctors, occupation MBBS doctors only. Nurses will be there. So what these guys will do? These guys will take care of the medical test for the people or employees. So when you join the company, see you're joining the manufacturing company and you clear all the interviews. Okay, your joining day is fixed. You are about to join on the desired joining day. But guys, I'm telling you, unless you clear the entrance exam or safety induction training on the main gate, they will not allow you to enter the campuses. If you fail, your offer letter will be cancelled. It is so much important. Am I clear? This will be practiced in the oil and gas companies, heavy metal industries, and like nuclear industries and all. They will do that. Am I clear? So it's so important. So occupational health doctors, they'll take your every 3 months. They will check your like a normal as per the industry standard or regulation standard. They'll check your health condition like your BP or sugar, normal thing basically. They will check it actually. If you found any issues and all, you'll have to report back to them, and they'll give the some occupational health related training also. Clear? And in any case any accident happens, these are the one they will going to take care of. They'll give. They will are the one they're going to treat the patient. Clear? Next. So we had compared E and H. We're going to talk about a S. S is talk about a safety department. When I talk about a safety department, it is again the major department. It will consist of the safety officer, safety technician, safety engineer, and safety manager, safety director, safety vice president, and a president also. Again, one of the biggest vertical. So these guys again will stop you. These are all EHS team, entire EHS team. They will have the one questionnaires or entrance, what I can say, exam kind of a thing. Once you come to the industry for visitors also, you have to pass that, then only you'll get the entry. So safety team, what they will do first, they will give the training. Then they will tell you to go for the, what I can say, exam and all. Okay. So what these guys do, safety guys will do, as Shit said that, first they will give the training. What is the training? I told you, right? Like a sound, when I explaining with environment, I told that industry will have the sound, more sound and all, and it should be below 85 decibels and all. The safety team will going to check about it actually. So how is they going to check it actually? They will conduct the daily inspections to the and across the industry lines, like a production and like a area, admin team, everywhere they will, they will go. And one thing, I think we have a PPPM guys also here, right? Quality team also, we have it here, right? I mean, SAP quality consultant. Any work, if you want to start any work in the industry, okay, work permit is required. Am I clear? Hope PPPM guys knows about it. Am I right, guys? Work permit. So this work permit will be created by the PM guys, okay, consultant in the system. But in the business, this work permit will be created by the respective worker and approved by the safety department. Am I clear? Safety engineer or a manager will come to the site and he will check all the necessary precautionary measures has been taken care or not. Once he confirm that, he will give the work permit. Example, work permit is nothing but a height work permit, like a hot work permit. If you're doing welding work, they'll give hot work permit. If you're doing any electrical work, they will give the electrical work permit for electricians and all. And if you're doing any height work, like what I can say, if you're doing any work beyond those 5 feet or 6 feet, it will call it as like a height work. For this also, you'll have to, like get permission from the safety department. There's one more work permit called excavation work permit. If you are doing any digging work and deep digging work, so in that time basically you need a excavation, what I can say, work permit. These are all the work permit will be handled by the safety department. And Kshitij said that PPE. So these guys also take care of the what I can say, safety of the manpower or employees as well as the machineries. How they'll do it? As I told earlier, they'll use the training. They will talk about the PPE. PPE is a personal protective equipment. As Kshitij said rightly, so they will, if you are working with the machinery and all, right? So they will say that you may have to wear, you must have, you must have to wear the safety harness, which is like safety helmet is in a different color, and you have to wear the safety shoes, hard shoes, safety wear, okay, and you have to wear, if you're working in some noisy areas, you have to wear the safety, earplugs. And if you are working in the welding and all, you have to wear the safety shield for welding work and all. And if you are working in the any hot workplaces and all, you have to have the safety glasses. And if you are also the same thing, while you're working in a hot space, so you should also wear the safety harness. Harness is nothing but a what I can say, helmet as well as a dress. Okay, dress also, there's a dress codes are there, full dress code will be there, like anti-fire, what I can say, agent dress code will be there, that you have to wear it actually. So these are all the things will be guided and given the training by the safety department. Am I clear? And then what these guys will do, so these guys will also, any accident happen in the industry, any near miss happen in the industry, so these guys will be the one who will going to do the audit checkups. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys may be getting confused. This training is for the, I thought that content is for the product safety, and he's talking about something else about EHS. Am I right? Are you guys getting these kind of doubts? Openly can say, guys, are you guys getting these kind of doubts? Yes or no?
Basically, I think this is required as a background.
You are
What is
right.
being used and why is being used.
You are right. Yes. Whatever I said, this is the actual EHS. Okay, EHS department work. And there's one more thing, is one more department in EHS is sub-department, is fire department. Okay, as you know that they do the fire drill, and like they do the, what I can say, checking of the fire equipment, etc. That is also done. Okay, these work in a software company, so in your company will be handled by the safety officer. But in a manufacturing industries, there will be a complete safety department. Fire department will be there. They will all the marshals, ex-military guys, all these guys will be there. They will work actually as a fire marshals. Okay, the same thing, fire officer, fire manager. So these are all the people will be there. Next, we will now come to your EHS, whatever you guys are thinking about. Guys, in the same manufacturer company, there will be a legal team, or either, chemical team, or either I can say toxicologists. Okay, so these kind of, there will be team, what I can say, regulatory or legal team will be sitting it. Hope you guys know about it, right? Have you guys heard about this team name earlier? Hello?
No.
Okay. So whatever you guys are talking about, okay, I'm sharing my screen now. This is the course content which we're going to talk about, right? So if you see this course content, we're going to talk about the basic data tools, product safety, specification management, substance volume tracking, waste management is not there, I'm sorry, dangerous goods management, label management. Am I clear? So what does it mean now? Any idea, guys? So these are all related to the product. These are all the things are related to the product. when I talk about a product, you guys know that, like if I'm a manufacturer of I'll take an example of some cleaning agent. Okay. Example, I'm a manufacturer of a Harpic. Okay. What are you going to do? Guys, tell me. So Harpic, that that's the reason I'm taking you Harpic I took example, because Harpic, everyone knows about it. And everyone knows this is a flammable cleaning agent, right? And also it's a dangerous to eat or drink or something. Am I right? That's the reason I'm using this. I don't know anything about like Harpic, or either let me take example of some cleaning agent with a high flammable thing. Okay. So how are you going to guide the employees to safeguard themselves? Any idea, guys? I'll give you an example again. I'm a manufacturer of some sulfuric acid only. Okay, I'm taking the sulfuric acid. Okay, so I'm a manufacturer of sulfuric acid. So I should tell the employee how to work on that, how to store, how to transport. Who will tell that? How are you going to tell that? Any idea? Any idea, guys?
So the instructions would be printed on the label, which is stick to the or whatever container we are storing the acid.
Yes, but no, because you are working in the production line. Okay, you are working a production line. Sulfuric acid, I can rate it, but how can I maintain an entire essay about that sulfuric acid? Any idea?
We can create awareness sessions on the same, provide them with the required training on how to handle, how to store the different chemicals.
Relatively, yes, but okay, very good. Okay, when I am gonna tell about the chemicals, I cannot see. I'm not manufacturing only one chemical, right? I may manufacture 200 or 300 types of the chemicals. So how to guide the employees about that? So there is a document. I have to document that. Okay, I have to document that. How am I going to document? So I'm going to maintain that. What is this chemical? How to store this chemical? How to transport this chemical? Everything I will have to make it. So for the document, we got some material safety data sheet. Am I clear? Material safety data sheet. Do you guys know that? What is this MSDS or SDS? In US and all, we call it some material safety data sheet. And if I please go ahead.
No, I just said, and here just to say, yes, I know about that MSDS. Yeah,
Very good.
it's a sheet where we maintain all the details of the material on the product.
You are right. You are right. You are right. So now, when I talk about this, right, what I can say, safety data sheet, who will work on this? Any idea, guys? Any idea? Okay. So this will be done by the regulatory team. Okay, regulatory team. So they will contact the different like international regulations, and international regulation, they will have the definition. Example, H2SO4. Okay, so this is a toxic, and which category of the toxic it will fall under. So everything they will have the what I can say details, and then they will have the safety data sheet. And the safety data sheet in the production area, example, person to person. Okay, if I'm working with the 4 chemicals, I will get a special training on those chemical. What is this chemical? What is the concentration level? How to deal with that? I mean, what are the PPs are required? How to store that? How to transport that? How to dispose that? Everything will be given to us. Every details will be given to us by the regulatory team. Clear? And then what will you do basically? There will be SOPs also. What is SOP? SOP, isn't it?
Standard operating procedure.
Very good. Yes. So yeah. So standard operating procedure document also will be provided to these guys. Why basically this is also very important if you are working with a chemical along with some material, I mean some machines. Okay, we will give the SOP to handle or to work with that particular machines. Clear? Next. Now I had got a MSDS. Now I had got what I can say SDS, MSDS, SDS or SOP. My question is, who are these guys? legal team and all. Any idea, guys? Do you know who are these? What I can say? What are their qualification? What is their background of this legal team and all, or regulatory team? Any idea? Hello? Any idea, guys? So when I talk about what I can say, legal team, they are all the chemical engineers or MSc in pharmaceutical. So these are all the background guys. They'll be knowing the chemical in and out. In and out. They'll be knowing the composition in and out. And also they are the masters of the legal definitions for these chemicals. So they are particularly for the chemical engineers. Clear? So now, so this SAP, whatever we are gonna start, okay? So this SAP EHS solution is exclusively for the legal or regulatory team works only. Am I clear now? Kshitij, clear? Harsh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as I said that manufacturer EHS department, and IT department of IT company's team work will not be covered as part of the this training. This SAP EHS module itself is created to help the regulatory team of industries, manufacturers or pharmaceutical industry. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
So, any doubts, guys, on the EHS, department, their structures or the responsibility, what they do, other things? Are you guys clear about it? How, guys? Anyone? Harshida, Jensen, Jishan. Any questions?
No, it's clear.
Perfect. Then, yeah. So now we will, slowly go ahead to the what is regulatory. Guys, what do you guys know about the regulatory? Regulatory, and I hope you know that, EHS is also part of a quality, right? EHS is also part of the quality now. Am I right? Okay. Any idea, guys, like what is regulatory? How it is different, differ than the, EHS? Anything you can just tell, no problem.
Can you repeat the question?
The question is, what is regulatory? Regulation, regulatory, all the things.
So we usually associate with an authority like who keeps a check like whether all the guidelines are followed or not.
Okay. So what is guidelines? You know the answer. That's the reason I'm just trying to get the answer from you. Okay.
Guidelines as in what all should be followed to keep the things working correctly and be safe.
Okay. So what kind of, what I can say, why they want to make a regulatory and all? Why they want to put a restriction?
Because the check should be maintained at all levels so that we do not get away from what is required.
Okay. But see, example now, I want something, like Coca-Cola or something. Okay. I'll go and I'll buy it. Why I want a regulation?
So suppose you're buying from a vendor who is like overcharging for that particular product. So that should not be the case. Whatever the price MRP is printed on the product, that should be that he should charge that much only. So for that, a check has been a check should be applied basically.
Okay. Good. Anything else, guys? He said right, but we'll add something else, guys.
Yeah, well, I think we have regulatory concern not only in environmental health and safety, it's everywhere. For example, the example that Akshay was given is for the customers. They should not get overpriced. Even if we go for the share market, there is a regulatory body, it's SEBI. For banking, we have RBI. So it's basically for the fairness of that particular. For example, the price should be fair. It should not that they are charging and taking advantage of something. Same thing if you go for the regulatory in bank end, so that there should be not any fishy activity that can be controlled. In terms of health and safety, it's morely because if a corporation is there, they are more for a profit. They will not take the environment other things. So the public it is not good. So there should be a regulatory body who can keep a check on that.
Very good, very good, very good. Yes, it's really good answer, but I may missed something else. Okay. You trust me, right? Yeah. What I will do, I will give one label. I will give one bottle. Okay, I will give one bottle. Don't think about anything. It's like I'll give a plastic bottle, like a way. There is some. I'm telling you, it's a water bottle. I mean, it has a water. Please drink it. It's an empty bottle, okay? Empty bottle means there is no label, there is nothing. Just you know that, right? Bisleri and all. If you go to the villages and what they do, they'll take out the Bisleri sticker and they will. We will use it for like something else, right? It's the same thing. I'll take the label of the Bisleri and I'll put something and I'll say, hey, Kshitij, it's a water. Will you drink or not? And you trust me. Will you drink or not?
It depends because I think
Okay. Tell me. Yeah.
If it is not colorless, then definitely not.
No. It will be a white color. I'm telling you, right? It's perfectly. I'm telling you, it's a white color. It's 100% like looks like a water only. I'm telling you, Kshitij, it's a water. Then the chances are you may drink, right? Because you know me and either like we know each other. If the stranger guy given, so what will you do? Will you take that?
No.
Answer is no. Why? You don't know what is inside it. Am I right?
Yes.
So what is important now to make you trust? What is important? That small label is so important. Where it is written Bisleri, drinking water, drinking packet drinking water, something is mentioned, right? That is very important. Am I right? So
yes, sir. Yes, label along with the seal.
You are right. Seal, which seal you're talking about? Branding when you're talking about.
No, not branding. The bottle is seal pack or not. If it is open, then then pack
okay.
doesn't make it.
You are right, yeah. The first, trust me, 99% we will, if you are, like what I can say, you're thirsty, if someone gives the water, right, you'll see the, hey, okay, water bottle. Okay, this is a drinking water. And you'll start drinking it. Label, sometimes we may miss that also, but label, we will not miss it. Why we will not miss it? Because our 100% trust on the label. Label means it's a brand. Label means it's a safe. Label means it is identity. Am I right? So we are identifying it and we are drinking it. So here is the catch now. When I said that, like I'll give the blank bottle, you guys said that no, I will not drink it. And if I give the label, you will give it. We'll drink it. Who will make the label now, by the way? You may say, sir, it may be done by the designer team. Am I right? And who will give that information on the label which need to be printed? It's a question. Am I right? Any answer you have it now for this? Any answer? Who will give the information which needs to be printed on the label?
Regulatory bodies.
Okay. How they will get the content? Am I right? I'm asking you guys. Who will give the information to the regulatory bodies? Or either, like regulatory bodies. Any idea? Okay. So you guys said that, like a regulatory body in the company will give the information what needs to be printed on the label or water bottle. Am I right? So when I ask them who will give the information to the regulatory team, what need to put it? That is international regulatory body. We have the OSHA. Have you guys heard about OSHA? Not OSHO. OSHA. Do you know OSHA? OSHA.
It's regulation.
This is a regulation. It's a occupational safety and health administration. Safety and health administration. So they basically what we'll do, these occupational health and administration is an American safety regulation. American safety regulation. They will give they have the standard regulation, standard guidelines on the material handling, product handling, product identification, product storage, product transport, etc. Am I clear? I think everyone has a doubt only. Am I right? Okay. So now we will go ahead with the next thing now. Do you guys know that? Do you guys have an idea like what I can say? How these regulatory guys will come to know about our products? Any idea? No? How they'll come to know? How international regulation regulatory bodies will come to know about your product? Any answers? Any answer, guys? Anyone?
Not sure, but I can guess. I think I work for GS1, so I know that company chemical product needs to be registered there. One part is there. I am not sure whether it is connected to OSHA or not.
Perfect. Yeah, it is half correct, not half thing. Fine. You have tried it. It's very good. Yes, how they will come to know actually? They will come to know basically like when we have to register the products. We have to, it's manufacturer duty to register my product. Then you may ask, so what if I'm not registered? What will happen? It's my company, my product. So why should I, register the product? Any idea what if I'm not registered my product? What will happen?
It can be a legal action, but I think why I am confused is, for example, if I am creating any product in India, I need to register with the Indian authorities, right? How it reach to OSHA, that is the part where
Yes, please ask the question. I'm really happy to answer that. Kshitij, if I'm manufacturing in India and if I'm not exporting, as you said that, yes, I don't want to follow any of the international regulation. But you know that 99.9% of the industries in India, manufacturing industries, they export their product to the other countries like internationally. Am I right? Once you cross our Indian border, international regulations will come in the picture and you will have to follow their guidelines. Am I clear now?
I think maybe question was different because that we know if you do any export, you need to follow and you need to also register with the of department, and whichever country you're selling your product, you need to follow the guidelines. For example, you need to have a particular logo or you need to provide this information. I think the question that I was asking, or the question where I confuse is how the OSHA come into play if I am selling anything into the India, and see, I think every country has a different regulatory, right, which decides what to print on a label.
Very good question. Unfortunately, India, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, now in Maldives, okay, all these countries doesn't have their own regulation part. Kshitij, that's a truth. As of now, India, we are not that much matured enough, or we are not concentrating on the safety of the people or safety of the product. That is the reason I will come to the point. India and other things are coming under the OSHA international version. These are all the countries still following the OSHA's international general version only. But whereas China, US, Gulf countries, like I can say Gulf region, okay, they all one actually. These Gulf countries and Russia, Japan, all this Singapore, Malaysia also, these are all have their own version of, OSHA. Am I clear? That is the reason. So we follow international OSHA. And yes, as you asked that, if I was selling in India, why you have to follow OSHA regulation? The answer is actually, see, the OSHA is just a guidelines. OSHA is a guidelines. But trust me, OSHA won't put a penalty for you. OSHA will not come to India and they'll penalty. They'll put a penalty. They will put a guidelines. So it's your duty to follow them. But yes, penalty will be put by your state government authorities and central government authorities only, especially factory officers or either environment officers. Clear? There is one more regulation called REACH. Are you guys know about REACH regulation? REACH regulation.
It's a European.
What is that REACH actually?
Full form?
Full form.
I don't know.
Any others? Don't worry. If you don't know, that won't be a problem at all. You are here to learn. 100% will learn that. Okay. It is registration, evaluation, authorization, and restrictions of chemicals. Am I clear? It's a registration, evaluation, authorization, and restrictions of chemicals. Clear? So this also have the versions, country versions, but as of now, India is using the REACH compliances or REACH regulation purple book. Purple book is nothing but an international version. The countries which are all not having their own version, so they will use the purple book of REACH regulation. So this REACH regulation is particularly talk about the chemical safety of the chemicals. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So next we'll talk about what if I'm not follow these EHS regulations, and why EHS is so important in the industry. Any question? Any answer for this? Any answer for this? Why EHS is so important, and what if I'm not follow the EHS regulations? What will happen? Anyone can say that. Any idea? Example, I'm just not treating in India only. I'm taking an example of India only. In India, if I'm not, what I can say, treating the water properly, industrial wastewater, I'm not treated properly, I'm just leaving to the public drainage. What will happen? Any idea? No? What will happen?
I think, as you mentioned, that these are the guidelines, which is basically, I think, imposed by the state government and the central government. So we can get the legal action like cancelling the license or any fees or any court case.
Can I say the truth? If they found that you're directly releasing the water to the drainage, they will not do anything. Next moment they will lock out your company. They will lock out your company. Very, very simple. We may not know about this industry news. In a Bengaluru, there are two companies got locked out for 15 days. One company for 15 days, another company for 4.5 months. They locked out, and then they had told us to make the arrangement, and then they put a penalty, heavy penalty, guys. It is not like a 1 or 2 lakhs or something, and you cannot bribe them also. I'm telling you, it will be in a crores. Okay, and in international, like if you go to Europe, and it will be in millions. Penalty start with some 4 to 5 millions, guys. So that is the reason. So these guys worry about all the industries. They follow a regulation very properly. Clear? So now,
So no notice or something like that is given.
see,
Basically, action is taken upon.
okay, very good question. So if you have the example, you have the ETP, effluent treatment plant. Okay, quality of the water is not expected. I mean, not as per the expectation. In that time, they will tell you, they will give the notices. They will issue a notice and they will tell you that fix it in the 1 week or something. Those kind of notices are there. But in my example, what I said is, you don't have ETP only. You have taken the approval to make the like a manufacture plant, with the construction of ETP, effluent treatment plant. But you didn't constructed the ETP only. Directly you're releasing the water to the drainage. In that time, they will not issue anything, they will notice or something. They will lock out the company, then they will issue notices. Am I clear, Rachit?
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
This is based on the, what I can say, scenario. Now, how many guys know about, see, as you guys are not from the EHS, that's the reason I'm taking more time. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Am I right?
We asked specifically for this because the people or the audience is not from the EHS background.
You are right. You are right. So we would have started the EHS, SAP EHS very fast, but the thing is, as audience from the different, modules, it's our duty to give the background for the background of the EHS also, right? So that's the reason I'm giving the overview, right? So now let's talk about the MSDS. Okay, we'll straight away talk about the MSDS. I hope you guys seen the MSDS template. Am I right? What is MSDS? Any idea?
It's a material safety data sheet.
Okay, have you seen that material safety data sheets anytime?
Yes.
How it looks like? Beautiful, like kind of a thing? No, right?
No.
Okay. So why that, what I can say, safety data sheet is important now. Let's come back to that. Why safety data sheet is important?
In MSDS, it contains the information related to product. So when we send some product to the customer, so when they receive that product, they will get the information about that product in that sheet. So they were aware about how to handle it and what is the advantage disadvantage of that product. Means if we don't handle it in proper way, what it will affect that.
Okay, very good. Now, thank you, Ashida. So I'm sharing my screen, guys. Hope you can see that. Can you able to see this? This is Thermo Fisher Scientific. This is one of the company safety data sheet I'm taken, okay, for sulfuric acid. First of all, MSDS will have the 16 sections. Hope you guys, everyone's agree with that. 16 section. Each section will have the, like a different information. So let's go through that, okay. So section 1, what you can see, it's identification, where we mention the product name, catalog number, like a synonyms, and like recommended users advised against the chemical or something, okay. And also it will have the information for detail of the supplier, safety data sheet, and his company addresses, emergency phone number, etc. Implemented there actually. And section 2 is a hazard identification. There they will mention the classification, label element, and signal words, hazard statement, precaution statement. All the things will be maintained in that. So these are all the things basically. This is section 2. And now the question is, who will give the data, guys? Any idea? Who will give the data to maintain this in MSDS? Any idea, guys? Who will give this data? And who will maintain the data in this? Anyone can try, but please try. Who will give the data to maintain here? Any guesses?
Not sure what chemical engineers, which is in legal team.
No, not really. Anything else?
Is it OSHA?
No, OSHA will not coming here. OSHA won't come here. Regulatory team again. Your company regulatory team. Okay. Hear my things very carefully. So who will give the data? Internal regulatory team will give the data. Okay. Okay. That is one thing. Next. Hope you can see these guys. Whatever they have mentioned it in MSDS. Okay. These are all the data like signal word, hazard statement, other things, right? So this is maintained by this data. This data was created by the OSHA. This data reach regulation, and this data will be collected by your local regulation. I mean to say that what I can say, your company regulation team, and they will publish it here. Right? Am I clear? Clear? So now we will go to the next page. I'm sorry. Here we go. In the hazard identification, we had to complete it, section 2. And have you guys seen these symbols anywhere? Whenever you buy any products, have you seen this product like a exclamatory symbols or something? Anytime. Have you guys seen?
Yes.
Where you are seen?
On the label.
On the label is basically, I can say, it will be there in the any product. Am I right?
Yes.
Example, if you buy any, what I can say, any electronics item and all, even including your mobiles everywhere, it is mentioned this exclamatory mark with it. That means it's a dangerous to the health kind of a thing, right? So these labels actually. And guys, be careful while going through this, like what I can say, MSDS. I'm taking care, I'm going to talk about this. So can you able to see these like corrosive to metal, skin corrosion, irritation and all, right? This MSDS, what I'm talking about, what I'm going in a deep dive, the same document is the main course for the SAP EHS, guys. MSDS is one of the major solution in the SAP EHS. Clear? That's the reason I'm stretching completely. Clear?
Yes.
So this is all about. And then we will going to talk about the next page. Composition, information and ingredient, section 3. And who will give this composition? See, while I'm creating MSDS, guys, be careful. In the industry, this is not one department work to create a MSDS. This is not a just one department work. That means, so we will have to create multiple people like a R&D team and scientists and like a regulatory team and like a legal team. Everyone has to give the information. Okay, so we will gather the information, we'll put it also here. If you see this composition information, composition will be given by the product team, right? Product team or either in a regulatory team, they will be knowing is the composition. What is composition or ingredients? Who is a PLM guy here? Guys, composition or ingredients. Someone is a PLM here, right? Who is a PLM?
Chanak is there, but I cannot see him in the line.
Okay. And no, anyone is in a PLM other than him? Ingredients. Okay, when you talk about ingredients, actually ingredients are composition. Example, I am a manufacturer of some battery. To manufacture a battery, what kind of like chemical used and how much percentage I used it, everything will be mentioned there. Okay, in ingredients also the same thing. Basically ingredients basically nothing but a recipe. It's what I can say PLM language. Okay, so these are all this basically we'll talk about. First stage measures. If anything happen while you're using the chemical, if anything happen, then like how to act that. Gender advisors, eye contact, skin contact, inhalation, everything will be mentioned in the MSDS. But be careful, guys. These are all the things we will have to maintain the system. Okay, how we're going to maintain it? So what is the use of maintaining everything? I'm going to tell you actually. Don't worry. All right. So we will go into this once we go to the system. We're going to talk about that. Okay. Next we'll go for the where is this firefighting measures. So anyone knows that how to what are the type of the classes are there? Fire classes. Any idea, guys? What are the type of the fire classes are there? Any idea? Fire classes. Yes or no? Fire classes, guys. Okay. Yeah. So someone is talking.
I think I was saying no.
Okay. Firefighting, measures when you talk about suitable extinguisher. Okay. So we have the class A, class B, class C, class D, class E fire. Okay. So when you talk about any of the things, you can see that in that MSDS section 5, suitable fire extinguisher media, they mention CO2, dry chemical or dry sand or alcohol resistant form, right? So class 1 fire is nothing but the fire which come from the paper, wood or something. Okay, you normally use the fire extinguisher as a water fire extinguisher. Okay, water based. We will use the water as a fire extinguisher media. And then is basically class 2. Class 2 is nothing but a chemical one. Okay, chemical, due to the chemical fire happened. Okay, so in that case, what we'll do, we use this CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, so in a CO2, we will use it for the class 2 to extinguish the class 2 fire, and it's a class 3 gaseous fire. Okay, because of the gas, the fire happened. So to extinguish that fire, use a gaseous fire. And class D for the what I can say, if we have the electrical fire or things. And class E also came related to something nuclear related things, but we will not use that. But class D is the major one. Class B and class D. Clear? So you can see that now. What is unsuitable fire extinguisher media? Also, they have mentioned very clever. What is unsuitable fire extinguisher media? See, do not use the water. That means this is not a class A. So do not use the class A water type fire extinguisher. Right? So then we maintain the flash point or method. What is the flash point? So again, this will be maintained by the regulatory team. So we'll talk about auto ignition temperature, explosion limits, upper limit, lower limit, all the things we will maintain in the MSDS. You can see that. So what is the NFPA requirements? First aid requirement, basically what is the health rated and the flammability, instability, and physical hazards. Okay, so what is the rating? So these are a rating also they had given, but Don't ask me how this rating will be calculated. But yes, overall rating will be calculated based on the hazard of the chemical. Okay. Next, we will go to the section 6, accidental release measures. Do you guys know what does it mean? Accidental release measures. Any idea, guys? What is accidental release measures?
For PPS, from the context that I can see here, it's like if there is an accidental release which you are not intended to release in the environment, which you are using going through your plants. If there is any accidental release like chemical or any, so how you will work on it? What measure will you take?
Yeah, accident means I didn't get you. You understand, right? What it means accident? Like if it's a chemical, if it is spilled, so how are you going to take it actually? That we talk about. Am I clear? So if chemical spill on the floor, right? So how are you going to handle that? You can see that is the reason actually. Personal precautions, environment precautions, and method of contaminate and clean. So how are you going to clean that area? All the things are mentioned here. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So next we will go with the handling and storage. What is this handling and storage, guys? See, you guys should know these are all the things very deep, okay? Either if I go with the product safety, then you will start thinking, you will start getting the confusions actually. What is this, what I'm talking about actually? You may not be able to grasp it. So that's the reason, please tell. Okay? Any idea? Storage and handling. What does it mean? Handling or storage? So handling or storage. Basically handling means, what I can say, handling of the chemical. I mean, how to use that chemical. And storage is basically how to store that chemical. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So handling and storage is basically how to handle that and how to store that chemical. And exposure controls or personal protection. Okay, Kshitij, you talk about this, right? That came here now, right? Am I clear? Yeah. Next. So what I was talking about now is exposure guidelines. Do you guys have you heard about this exposure guidelines anytime? Exposure guidelines. You can see very simple. They have mentioned it. Component is like a chemical is a sulfuric acid. AC, all the things. Okay. Be careful, guys. These are all the chemical words. These are all be entered by the chemical engineers only. Am I clear? As a IT consultant, we will not do anything. And if you want to learn also, it is not that easy to learn it because only you should have the chemical background in order to understand this. Clear? Okay. So now, see, they are very clearly mentioned it. What is that ACGIH and all? American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists, OSHA is Occupation Safety and Health Administration, NIOSH is a National Institute of Occupation Safety Analysis. So as I told in my introduction, OSHA, and I did the IOSHA also. So this IOSHA also I'm certified. So these are the institutes actually. Okay. So engineering measures. What is the engineering measures? You have to take care of it. Example, if it's impact to your building or something, so how to take care of that. Then you can talk about a personal protective equipment. So Kshitij, you talk about, right? That one. See, eye, face protection, skin and body protection, respiratory protection, recommended filter type or hygienic measures. Okay. Be careful, guys. In SAP, whatever the thing you are seeing now, eye, face protection, right? This heading we call it as a characteristics. Am I clear? Eye, face protection. This heading we call it as a characteristics. And these are all the phrases. Wear appropriate protective eyeglasses or chemical safety goggles as described by the OSHA's eye and face protection regulation in 29 CFR. That's what they mentioned, right? So these we got the phrases. Okay, don't worry, I'll give the definition for the phrases also. You can easily able to understand that. So section 9 will be having the physical and chemical properties. Physical and chemical properties will have these are all the things like a physical state, appearance, odor threshold, and pH level, melting point, boiling point, flash point, and evaporating rate, flammability, and vapor pressure, vapor density, specific gravity, solubility, etc. Clear? Are you guys able to understand this or not? You can tell me openly.
It's a different section for the SDS that we need to print, and what section contains. I think that is your explaining. For every section we are going.
You are right. Yes, you are right. Next, stability and reactivity. Okay, this is section 10, which we talk about. Here we'll talk about reactive hazards, stability, condition to avoid, incompatible materials, all the things we talk about here. And section 11 is a toxicological information. This is very, very important, guys. You have to go through it very, very deep, actually. So when I talk about regulatory team, right, regulatory team will be having the toxicologist, actually. Right? 1 second. So regulatory team will have the, what I can say, mostly they are into the toxicologists. Okay. So this toxicologists' duty is to check the toxics inside the chemical or what I can say material, and they will give the information and they will verify the information and they will put it on the MSDS. Clear? Now, these are all the things. Okay, it's a part of the toxicological section only. And 12th is ecological information. What is ecological? Any idea, guys? What is toxicology and what is ecology? What is the difference between these two? What is toxicology? What is ecotoxicology? Ecological.
And I'm not sure it's correct or not, but I think in ecology we can see the information about that product, if it is hazardous for the environment or what is the percentage of that.
But I can say not fully. Okay, toxicology is basically like it's across the things. Okay, it's about the humans, how it toxic and all. Ecological information basically how it is going to impact the plants. Eco, am I clear? Ecology, it's a plants and nature basically. How it is going to impact on the nature. Clear?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And this information is provided by whom?
Same, toxicologist, regulatory team only. But yeah, for them, how they'll get the information? Basically from the international regulations, actually. International regulations such as REACH regulations and all. Clear? And how REACH will come to know that? Basically by the scientist. They have the team and I will tell you that in a class, like what is REACH, how they do the REACH regulation, everything. I'm going to tell you about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So next, so section 14 is a transport information. Section 13 is a disposal consideration. Disposal, like if that chemical is there, how to dispose that after usage? You have to dispose that chemical, right? So how are you going to dispose that? So that we talk about it here in the section 13. Right? Next. So section 14 is a transport information. You know this transport information, right? What is this transport information? Like how to transport, the transport guidelines, everything will be put it on this section 14. Clear?
Yeah.
Next, we talk about section 15. What is section 15? See, guys, after this, I will go to differ for because I want you guys to understand this MSDS in detail in order to prepare for, right? You guys clear?
Yes.
Are you guys clear? Yeah. So section 15 is a regulatory information. Okay. See, United States America inventory, what exactly talk about? TSC say TSC is also one of the US regulations, and these are all the regulations. What exactly they talk about? Okay. So the CAS number, how many guys are there know about CAS number? There should be one guy from the SD, right? Hello. CAS number. Who knows the CAS number here? Do anyone has an idea about CAS number or heard about CAS number? No? Guess CAS number.
Yeah, heard about the CAS number, but not sure exactly. Can't remember.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about in detail later part. Okay. So then we will talk about international inventories, all the things, authorization restrictions according to EU REACH. Okay, all the other regulations, basically whatever it is, it's showing there. And section 16 is other information. Section 16 is other information. We have to enter it here. Okay, so here we will going to talk about what I can say, if there is any like exemptions from the regulation. So all the things we're going to maintain the section 16. Clear?
Yes.
So next, have you guys heard about ESDS anytime? Harshad, ESDS.
No, I'm just aware about MSDS and SDS.
ESDS is basically extended safety data sheet. It will be used for the European countries. Okay, you can see this page. This now MSDS have the only 9 pages, right? But ESDS will have the 185 to 186 pages. Okay, where as per the European regulations in the European regions, so they insist or they suggest us to give the information about entire testing detail also. Okay, so that's the reason it will be huge document. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fine. So I will stop for here only because it's too much to digest for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, thank you.